If you opened Roblox right now, there's a good chance you'd see one strange little game dominating everything else. No, it's not Brookhaven, not Blocks Fruits, not even Doors. It's called Steal a Brain Rot, and on the surface, it looks ridiculous. The kind of thing you'd expect to fade in a week. A few blocky avatars running around stealing each other's pixelated brain rots? It sounds like a meme turned into a fever dream, but look closer, and you'll realize this isn't a joke, because in just a few months, Steal a Brain Rot has become one of the most played games in Roblox history, pulling in over 20 million concurrent players. Numbers that entire platforms almost never see. So what's going on here? How did something that looks this absurd become that big? The game was released on May 16th, 2025, created by the Roblox developer Spider Sammy and Do Small under the studio name Do Big Studios. Steal a Brain Rot is simple, almost too simple. You collect characters called Brain Rots, little voxel avatars inspired by the Italian Brain Rot meme that's been flooding TikTok and YouTube Shorts for months. Each brain rot earns you in-game money over time, almost like a tycoon game. You can expand your base, get stronger or rarer brain rots, or here's where it gets interesting. Steal them from other players. Every player has a base, a small plot where their brain rots stay. When your base is unlocked, other players can steal your prized brain rots. You can hit a lock base button for about 3 minutes of protection, but once it's gone, you're exposed. If you manage to steal without getting caught, the brain rot teleports to your base and starts earning for you. It's part strategy, part timing, part chaos, and it's built around risk. That risk-reward cycle is what drives Steal a Brain Rot's obsession loop. You're always one click away from winning big, or losing everything. Your base generates passive income, but you can never truly relax because someone might strike at any second. It's a social arms race. You can see other players' bases, their brain rots lined up, taunting you. The richest players become public targets. Entire Discord servers track who's worth stealing from, and when someone loses a rare brain rot, it's a moment. Players clip it, upload it, and the game spreads. That tension, the fear, the envy, the sudden rush of victory is what makes it viral. By mid-2025, Steal a Brain Rot was everywhere. Roblox servers filled overnight. TikTok was flooded with clips of kids screaming, laughing, crying, sometimes in the same video, after losing a brain rot worth weeks of in-game waiting. Within months, it had shattered Roblox's player records, surpassing 25 million concurrent players, even rivaling platform-defining hits like Adopt Me and Brookhaven. It spread through memes, chaos, and word of mouth, and with that popularity came backlash. Parents and developers began questioning whether the game's mechanics, built on stealing, loss, and high emotional stakes, were too intense, especially for younger players. Critics called it gamified anxiety. Supporters called it genius, but regardless of which side you're on, one thing is clear. Steal a Brain Rot is a mirror reflecting exactly what today's games are optimized for: attention, emotion, and constant engagement. What Grow a Garden did for calm satisfaction, Steal a Brain Rot did for chaos and risk. It proved that in the modern attention economy, conflict sells, and nothing hooks players faster than the fear of losing what they love. Brain rot isn't a slang for endless scrolling. It's a full-blown aesthetic, low-quality memes, sped-up videos, distorted songs, a new online humor built entirely on overstimulation. The kind of content that hits your dopamine receptors without ever really saying anything. Spider Sammy took that chaos and turned it into gameplay. Every brain rot character in the game is a parody of the trend, from NPCs blasting skibidi toilet-style sounds to avatars mimicking viral meme dances. It's an endless dopamine loop you can play rather than just watch. This wasn't an accident. In interviews, developers and analysts noted how Steal a Brain Rot captured the spirit of modern digital addiction. The gameplay mirrors the same patterns that make short-form videos addictive: quick feedback, unpredictable outcomes, and constant social comparison. What makes Steal a Brain Rot so fascinating and unsettling is how well it weaponizes social psychology. In most Roblox tycoon games, you grind peacefully, but here, every action feels like a gamble. Your gains can vanish in seconds, and that fear of loss, what psychologists call loss aversion, is a powerful motivator. Players check the game constantly, afraid of missing a shield timer or losing a rare brain rot to a random attack. It's the same mechanism that makes people check their phones for notifications or refresh social media timelines. The what if something happens while I'm gone effect. And then there's the stealing mechanic itself. Every successful theft feels earned, even when it's mostly timing. It gives players a burst of adrenaline and ownership, that sense of outsmarting someone else. But unlike traditional competition, there's no clear end. You can always steal more, always defend harder, always grind further. It's a system built for endless engagement. By July 2025, Steal a Brainrot had evolved into a cultural phenomenon. YouTubers and TikTok creators flooded the platform with clips of wild base raids, revenge stories, and brainrot battles. Entire Discord servers were dedicated to tracking high-value players and coordinating theft raids. Yeah, you heard that right. Organized heists inside Roblox. The chaos even spilled over into Roblox's wider economy. Players began reselling brainrot assets through limited trades, with some rare variants fetching thousands of Robux. And while the developers didn't sell luck-based items directly, meaning it didn't technically break Roblox's gambling policies, the feeling of gambling was everywhere. Randomness, risk, and emotional highs were built into the fabric of the experience. Some parents complained online that the game encouraged obsessive checking and risky behavior. Others praised it as one of the most innovative social experiments Roblox has ever seen. Either way, it worked. Steal a Brainrot became a mirror for everything modern gaming is built on: FOMO, reward loops, and social validation. By the end of summer 2025, the numbers were staggering. Over 1.2 billion total plays within months. 21.5 million concurrent players at its peak. Thousands of fan-made clones, parodies, and spin-offs flooding Roblox. Even Roblox itself couldn't ignore it. The game dominated the platform's front page for weeks, driving record engagement. Analysts began calling it the new Brookhaven because of its sheer gravitational pull. The reason? Simplicity. Anyone could play. Anyone could win, anyone could lose everything. But as Steal a Brainrot continued to explode, developers from older Roblox studios started voicing frustration, arguing that games like this cheapened the platform, turning creativity into chaos and emotional manipulation. Meanwhile, the game's community grew more volatile. Some players started using exploits to mass steal bases, leading to bans and server rollbacks, and others accused the developers of tweaking the mechanics to favor in-game purchases, though no solid proof ever surfaced. Whether you love it or hate it, Steal a Brainrot exposed something Roblox had been tiptoeing around for years: that its biggest hits aren't about storytelling or skill, they're about emotion engineering, and Steal a Brainrot is its purest example yet. The game's dominance sparked an entire wave of Steal-based clones. Dozens of studios rushed to copy the formula, hoping to recreate that viral lightning. But some players began asking harder questions about attention, manipulation, and how far developers could go before fun turned into obsession. It started with one character, a three-eyed, wide-grinning AI-generated face called Tung 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 Sahur, a meme born from the Indonesian TikTok creator Noxa. For months, the character became the mascot of Steal a Brainrot, plastered across fan edits, thumbnails, and in-game events. Then, in September 2025, it suddenly disappeared. The developers released a quiet state removed due to potential copyright issues, but the story was anything but quiet. Noxa claimed ownership of the original design, saying it had been taken without permission. The developers in turn said the design came from public meme culture, AI-generated, remixable, and already viral before Steal a Brainrot made it famous. To avoid legal fire, they removed it preemptively. Fans were furious. Half the community accused the devs of theft. The other half accused Noxa of trying to cash in on the game's success. It was the perfect irony. A game about stealing became embroiled in a real-world argument over who actually stole from who, and it exposed a huge question that Roblox and the entire digital world still struggles to answer. When a meme becomes part of a game, who owns it? The creator, the algorithm that generated it, or the millions of people who made it famous, or no one? I'll let you guys answer that. During a July 26th event, players witnessed something straight out of a nightmare. Admins flying into private bases, deleting items, and publicly displaying stolen brain rots. Videos spread like wildfire. You could see players screaming in disbelief. Entire chat logs filled with accusations of admin abuse. The devs claimed it was part of a live event experiment. Players didn't buy it, because once you introduce theft as a core mechanic, the entire emotional weight of the game rests on trust. The trust that the system at least plays fair. But when the people running that system start breaking their own rules, it hits differently. The same developers who designed the theft mechanics were now playing God, and it made players realize just how powerless they really were inside their own virtual world. In any other game, admin abuse is just drama. But in Steal a Brain Rot, a game built on the idea of stealing, it became a meta-narrative. The devs had become the ultimate thieves. As the game grew, it started spawning imitators faster than anyone could keep track of. Entire pages of Roblox filled up with knockoffs. Steal a Brain Rot 2, Steal a Brain Rot Tycoon, Steal a Brain Rot Simulator. Some were blatant ripoffs, same icons, same interface, even the same bugs. Others tried to remix the formula, but all of them fed off the original's fame. Meanwhile, hackers and exploiters entered the scene. Scripts started circulating that allowed players to auto-farm brain rots or teleport into other players' bases without paying. Entire Discord servers formed around these exploits, and then came the bans. Thousands of accounts wiped overnight, some for legitimate cheats, others claiming innocence. One viral Reddit post showed a user banned for cheating in Steal a Brain Rot, even though they hadn't logged in that day. The message was clear. The bigger the game got, the harder it became to control. Roblox had seen viral games before. Adopt Me, Brookhaven, Blox Fruits, but none had created such chaos. Steal a Brain Rot was the first Roblox experience where cheating and theft were the entire point. The community had blurred the line between playing the game and becoming part of its system. And then came the biggest flex in Roblox history, the so-called admin war. In August 2025, Steal a Brain Rot's developers staged a live event to break the concurrent player record. At the exact same time, their rival Grow a Garden launched one too. Grow a Garden pulled in 22.3 million concurrent players. Steal a Brain Rot hit 20.3 million. Combined, they crashed through Roblox's all-time peak, over 47.4 million concurrent users. For players, it was thrilling. For developers, it was war. Each side launched new events with wild map, transformations, storms, meteors, brain rot explosions, giant NPC invasions, all designed to one-up the other. And for Roblox itself, it was both a triumph and a warning. The platform had reached unprecedented numbers, but it had also turned its biggest games into spectacle machines, fueled by rivalry, controversy, and outrage. Steal a Brain Rot wasn't just a hit anymore. It was a symbol of how far developers would go to win in the attention economy. The saddest part of Steal a Brain Rot's legacy isn't the lawsuits, the bans, or even the admin drama. It's the emotional toll it leaves on its players, especially the young ones. Social media is filled with clips of kids crying after losing their most valuable brain rots. You can see the heartbreak, the mix of disbelief and anger, as they realize someone just stole weeks of effort in seconds. Parents have started raising concerns about how the game combines luck, risk, and real money. It's not gambling in the traditional sense, but it scratches the same psychological itch, and when those patterns form early, they stick. Meanwhile, older players are burning out. The constant updates, the fear of missing out, the anxiety of losing progress. It's exhausting. The very loops that make the game so viral are also what wear players down over time. Even among fans, there's a growing sense that the game might not survive its own popularity. Once the chaos becomes the product, there's nowhere left to grow, except into scandal. When you strip away the memes, the hype, and the madness, Steal a Brain Rot leaves us with a deep question, maybe the most important one modern gaming faces. How much of your attention are you willing to give away? Because Steal a Brain Rot didn't need cinematic visuals or complex stories. It needed one thing, your time. It worked so well it broke records, divided communities, and started legal fights. It turned the simple act of stealing into one of the most powerful social phenomena Roblox has ever seen. And in doing so, it proves something uncomfortable. You don't have to make the best game to win, you just have to make the one